Christmas is coming, and that means it's time to get crafty. I'm counting down 9 of my favorite Christmas-themed woodworking project ideas you can make for free with scrap wood. Hey there, I'm Scott. Thank you for stopping by. I'm the owner of sawsonskates.com, where I share easy woodworking plans and space-saving workshop solutions. Festive lanterns bring a warm glow to your home during the holiday season. You can use them to light up your fireplace mantle or as centerpieces on your dining room table. I made an adorable Snowman Lantern, and while it's perfect for Christmas, you can keep it out all season, adding a cheerful touch to your winter decor. The printed plan calls for pine boards, and this project doesn't require many, so you might have enough to make it in your scrap wood stash. For the ultimate upcycle, instead of boards, I used T111 siding, a type of plywood I had left from renovating my garage. Using my circular saw and a Craig rip cut, I ripped the siding into strips the same width as the pine boards. Because I made my project with plywood strips, I figured applying the paint with a roller would be easier before assembling the project. Using my miter saw, I cut the strips to length and joined them with glue and brad nails. After assembling the lantern, I applied a few thin coats of white craft paint, allowing some charcoal color to show through, adding rustic character to the project. The snowman's face might be the trickiest part, especially if you're like me and don't have a knack for drawing. Fortunately, the printable plan includes a template that takes the guesswork of drawing the eyes, mouth, and carrot nose. I'll leave a link for the template and plan in the description box. Since this project is made from wood, real candles could be dangerous. For safety, I recommend flameless LED candles instead. Ornaments are the perfect way to add some festive cheer to your Christmas tree, and they're easy to make with scrap wood. I've made several variations using just about any thin wood material, such as 1/8-inch beadboard and plywood. My grandma's fabric ice skate ornaments inspired this wooden version. Hers featured felt boots, paper clip blades, and tiny beads for laces, all connected by a crocheted yarn chain. For my take on this design, I painted the wooden skates in a similar style to hers and used baker's twine to recreate the laces. For a rustic touch, I connected them with jute twine instead of yarn. They look a little different than my grandma's, but I think she would have loved them just the same. The printable plan includes an ice skate template. I'll leave a link for it in the description box. I've had an antique-style wooden snowman in my ornament collection ever since I can remember. I'm not sure where he came from, but he's been around so long that he's practically a family heirloom. I've always loved his rustic charm and crackle paint finish and wanted to create something similar. After trying a few variations, I came up with these festive snowmen ornaments. My DIY version is nearly identical to the one in my collection, but you can customize them to fit your style. The printable plan includes a snowman template. I'll leave a link for it in the description box. Coasters are a fantastic, useful gift that's surprisingly simple to make with just a few tools and some leftover wood. While they might not evoke the holidays at first glance, you can easily transform them into festive pieces with a stencil, wood-burning tool, or even a laser engraver. Take these mini pallet coasters. While I was making them, they reminded me of a certain leg lamp shipping container from a classic holiday movie. You know the one. Adding the word fragile would be a fun way to add some personality to your coasters. I'll leave a link for this pallet coaster plan in the description box. One of the members at the local historical society where I volunteer donated a handful of wooden boards he handcrafted, and I added an adorable snowman using my laser engraver. They're perfect for serving cheese at a holiday party or cookies for Santa Claus. Another serving option is this stylish wooden trivet. This functional showpiece featuring charming dovetailed feet adds height to your tablescape while protecting surfaces from heat damage. Once assembled, you can decorate them with images like Christmas trees, snowflakes, or reindeer using a wood-burning tool or a laser engraver. I'll leave a link for this trivet plan in the description box. In keeping with the festive theme, why not turn your mantle into a winter wonderland with stocking holders in the form of a charming Christmas village? The village includes 3 different house styles and a church, but you could easily make more buildings if you have more family members. Don't forget to make one for Rover and Fluffy too. The construction involves attaching little houses made from leftover 2x4s to a wooden base. Pocket hole screws ensure a strong hold, while hooks mounted on the front provide a place to hang your stockings. I went with a rustic look for mine, but you can personalize your village with wood stain, paint, or faux snow. I'll leave a link for these stocking holders in the description box. My friend Colleen has a fantastic sense of style and a knack for finding the coolest home decor pieces. She shared a photo with me a while back saying, "I saw these cute candle holders and thought you could make something similar. I love the idea, but I wanted to put my own twist on it. So I grabbed some scrap wood and a mason jar and set to work. What I came up with is a snowman candle holder that you can enjoy throughout the entire winter season, not just during Christmas. You can use it to light up your mantle, as a centerpiece on your dining table, or as a decoration in any room. And since it's made of wood and has a rustic look, it'll fit right in with any winter home decor. The construction is simple and involves cutting a few pieces of wood to length and rounding their corners to give them a snowball-like shape. Then the pieces are glued and painted. Add a mason jar and an LED tea light, and you're ready to add a warm glow to any room. I'll leave a link for the snowman candle holder plan in the description box. Christmas cards are a festive way to send season's greetings, but where do you put them once you've opened them? Mine used to sit in a pile until I found a card holder shaped like a little church in an online retailer's catalog. The store-bought version was nearly $70, but I knew I could make a do-it-yourself one for less. This whimsical holder is a fantastic way to showcase and organize your greeting cards on a fireplace mantle, kitchen counter, or as a dining room table centerpiece. It doesn't require much material, so it's a great way to use some scrap wood. I made mine with leftover boards and plywood. The construction involves cutting the walls and roof to size with a table saw and making the curved arches with a scroll saw. I assembled the parts with glue and brad nails. Then, I painted it with a creamy white chalk-type paint. I want to share a quote my friend Andrea wrote for a display at the Historical Society where I volunteer. "Christmas cards, is there a tradition so dear? They carry news from home or far away, the weather, births and passings, the troubles of life, and the joy of gifts and plans. They reunite families and friends at this special time of year, and they are sent, always, with love." I'll leave a link for the step-by-step plan in the description box. I recently went to an estate sale while traveling. The home belonged to a woodworker with a crafts business and was filled with his creations and patterns he used to make his projects. I wanted to buy everything, but I was too far from home. Instead, I chose a few small projects, including a template for a tabletop reindeer. I traced the pattern, making minor changes to its size and shape. Here's what I came up with: a wooden reindeer with interlocking legs and antlers that stands on its own. It's perfect for Christmas, or to use throughout the winter, and you can customize it any way you like to complement your decor. Here's a little poem I wrote. Why wait for St. Nick to bring the holiday cheer when you can make your own tabletop reindeer? Using scrap wood, oh what fun to create, festive decor to grace your mantle or tablescape. So grab your template and your tools of the trade and follow along as we make a reindeer parade. From a humble piece of wood, create a magical sight, a DIY reindeer to cherish for many a winter's night. I'll leave a link for the reindeer plan in the description box. This one might bend the rules a bit for a scrap wood project, but I love how it turned out, so I had to include it on the list. Years ago, I saw an antique-style wooden sled on a Facebook woodworking group. Then I spotted another one in the carriage barn of the Historical Society where I volunteer. I loved both designs, so I combined the ideas to create my own DIY version. It's perfect for holiday decorating or displaying throughout the winter season. Imagine it nestled beneath your Christmas tree, overflowing with wrapped presents, or leaning against a door or fireplace draped with festive greenery. Inexpensive pine boards kept my project budget-friendly, but a hardwood like oak or walnut would really make it shine. To give my sled an antique look, I first treated it with an aged wood accelerator. After letting it dry for a day, I decided to add a touch more darkness, so I lightly sanded it and applied a coat of water-based dark walnut stain. Once that dried, I finished the sled with 3 coats of matte polyurethane, giving it a protective layer without making it overly glossy. To get your copy of the sled plan, or any of the plans in this video, please visit my site sawsonskates.com using the links in the description box below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it the thumbs up. It's one of the best ways to support my building plans.